Hi, I'm Anita from Needles and Hooks, and welcome to January 8th session of our temperature blanket. The temperature blanket that I found myself 2 weeks behind because I was sick. So now I'm playing catch up, and I lost a subscriber because I'm playing catch up. That's okay. That's fine. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, so I'm not too worried about it. I just need to get this caught up. Working on it. So for January 8th, my high temperature was 33 and my low was 3. So the highlight temperature will be in lilac, and the low temperature is in a new colorway, ivory. So we're going to start with the ivory first. So ivory is like 0 to 10 or 9. 0 to 9. I believe. And I have white, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using that soon because it's going to get into the negatives today. So I'm going to do our thing here. And hope there are no shenanigans. Oops. Let's not slip our hook off our work. Okay, that's 4. 4 to 6. And 6 to 8. Have to pull yarn out. It's a fresh skein, so takes a minute to get it to not be hard to take it out of the center. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Eight to 10. And then 10 to 12. And we'll switch colors as fuzzies fly past my face. Okay, here we go. To change colors, our lilac. Gonna go ahead and snip our ivory. Move that off to the side. Attach our lilac. Tie it up. Okay, chain 1. Then 12 to 10. 10 to 8. Eight to 6. Oops, let's not twist our first stitch. Six to 4. Four to 2. And 2 to 1. Keep slipping my hook off my yarn. Okay, this one is done. Okay, I'm gonna snip off the lilac, fasten it off, and day 8, January 8th is done. So I'm gonna grab my black yarn, wherever that's gone off to, onto the floor, where everything tends to roll because I really want my other table back. I'm gonna figure that out after I get done with these. Take that, get my tails out of the way here, or at least attempt it. Lilac, yeah. All right, set that there. Get myself a slippy knot. Make sure still good. And we are going to attach. I gotta get my working yarn to the back side. Get these in the center so they're not in my way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 7. Let me check it. Yeah, let's try to do another one underneath here. This is probably, like I said before, not the best way to go about this. 8. Now we look good to me. Snip. Fasten off. And January 8th is now done. I'm going to pick up my knitting. Leave my lilac there. Get this turned to where it's supposed to be. Here we go. Grab my little cheat sheet. And off we go. Now, I could have done all the crochet ones like all at the same time and then do several sessions of the knitting, but I wanted to keep the days together. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That way, because going forward, as soon as I get caught up, I shouldn't have to have this problem anymore. Okay. Attach that. Oops. keep hitting my mic. It's not intentional, it's just right here in the way. Not in the camera view though, but the shadow is. I need better lighting. And a secondary web camera. Okay. I'm gonna flip it back over. Take this yarn, that yarn to the front, flip it back, and hide our tail as we go, as we always do. Put that there. Okay. There we go. Oops. That's not hiding our tail if we don't wrap it around the working yarn. Six, 7, 8. It's row 1. Row 2. Haven't been very chatty in these because I'm trying to keep from having the coughing fit. I had issues with that earlier with the edits that I had to make in a couple of videos, or one of them actually. So this is just me concentrating on what I need to do and trying to get through these quickly. I will be doing a yarn with me session sometime tonight. I would love to actually get the first week I missed completed. Tonight I've got, well, I'm working on 8, so total of 4 left, including this one. So, yeah. And then try to do some other stuff. So I'm not just doing just this. Just doing this is just no fun. But I have to in order to catch up. Row 3. I'm going to have to completely untangle myself when I get back to the right side because I forgot to do it on after row 2. Trying to get this to not be all in the way, which isn't easy when you're working with 2 yarns. It's not like double knitting. I can keep myself from twisting my yarns up just the way I pick up the yarn and work with it when I switch colors. But this is completely different than that. This row. That was row what? That must have been row 4. I forgot to mark one down. Now I'm going to untangle myself. Quite a couple of turns I'm going to need to take. There we go. Yeah, that was 4. I'm ready for row 5. Trying to be speedy with this. Or at least as speedy as I can get. So these don't end up being like super long. I know most people would just go and, oh, here's my progress. Nah, kind of wanted to actually show my progress, which is a choice. Row 5. All right, ready for row 6. Okay, I need this yarn not to be like right there. Here we go. Okay, I just confused myself. Okay, no, I guess not. Never mind. Get sidetracked and it's like, everything just goes crazy. Row 6, and we untangle, we mark it off, 2 more rows, and then we can do our low temperature color. Here we are with row 7. Row 8. And we can bring in the ivory color when we start the next set. Okay. Now, gonna work across 2, 4, 6, yeah, 8. And then we go for our next set. Gonna go, oh yeah, I'm gonna go across the border color first. Okay, going to go ahead and snip the lilac. Get it out of the way. Bring back our ivory. We'll do the same slip in. Get everything working proper so we don't get any holes. I'm just going to put that in the next one to keep it steady. I'm going to tie the ivory to the black working yarn and then the lilac to the ivory working yarn. That way my knots aren't on top of each other. Okay, so I'm going to take that out. I'm going to slip this over, bring this yarn forward, and then I'm going to slip it back. I think I twisted my stitches here. Yeah, I did. And we'll weave our tails in. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a good amount right there. That's row 1. My scissors. Now ready for row 2. Might end up doing some other overhead videos while this is right here. Okay, let me untangle myself. Oops. 2. And we're ready for row 3. Like some stitch pattern videos. I am working on trying to get some of the tutorial ones done. I'm working on trying to get those to finished objects so I can go ahead and then shoot the tutorial. That way I have something to show. Because right now I don't. Because I'm still working on them. The knit ones take a little longer, especially when you're using smaller needles and smaller yarn. It's row 3. Ready for row 4. Do need to shoot a vlog too. Because I finished my daughter's blanket and I need to show that off. And the yarn that I bought that I didn't talk about. It's row 4. Let's untangle. Ready for row 5. Even though it's a small yarn buy and the video wouldn't be that long anyway. So I don't know if it'd be worth it, but just to show off the blanket that's sitting over here on my faux couch. It's, for what it's made out of, it's actually quite heavy, which kind of surprised me. That was my, I used all this past week, that was my before bed project. I would sit in there for like 2.5 hours, work on it, and then go to bed at a decent-ish hour. I keep hitting this microphone. And then get it done. Right now, my JTYA Winter Mal 25 is now my bedroom project. It's a little too big to be working on at the desk. So that's all in my room. And ready for me to work starting tomorrow. I have my bath rug is my car project. I put it back in the car, even though I could not work on it Saturday because it was just way too cold. And trying to knit with double pointed needles and you're wearing a coat and you're sitting in your car, it just gets caught. So I have to wait to use it. I mean, it's going to still stay in my car. It's row 6. But I'd have to wait for a time where I'm not having to wear the coat and it's just my jacket and I can push the sleeves up on it so it's not in the way, because it's really, really, really cold. I think the high only got to maybe like 11 today, and I think we're going to get into the negatives overnight for I think the next 2 nights. This is row 7. So I'll probably end up having to bust out the white yarn. The white was, I designated it for temperatures that are under 0. So any negative temperatures gonna get white. Don't know how much of this yarn I'm gonna have left over doing 2 blankets at once. We'll see. I don't think I'm gonna use all of it though. Even people that just buy like one and just do 1 blanket, they end up not using all of the colors, and they don't use up all of their skeins or balls either. So this is row 8 and the last row for our white. And then we'll add 2 rows of our border color. We go. Okay, now we're gonna work across till I get to the white, and then I'll snip it and tie it and then hide the ends. I'm trying to be mindful about being underneath the camera. My setup is not the greatest. Okay, go ahead. I'm going to snip off the white. Put that down to my pile of yarn down here on the floor. Well, it's not sitting completely on the floor. It's in a little container that I bought from the Dollar Tree. Tie it off. And we shall hide our end. If I can get it to behave. Get over here. Here we go. That's good enough. And row 2 of our border. Try to keep the tails in the back, and we'll snip those here in a minute. There we go. Now we snippy our ends that we do not need. Snip. Snip. And one errant one down here. I guess that's fine. Anyway, this is how we are looking. Finishing day 8. Or actually, it's upside down. Yarn's in the way. Alright, day 8 should be down here, not up the top, because this is the top. And here we go. So far, so good. And let me know how your temperature blanket is going, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.